Hi, how you doing? All right, so we're gonna discuss, um, and I'm gonna give a tribute to this lady, um, Miss Phyllis Hyman, and when I was growing up, she one of those singers that the grown folks listen to. Okay, and I remember seeing her on the first time. I remember my aunt had an album of her back in the '80s. I didn't pay attention to it because it wasn't pop R&B, like Jodie Watley, Jan Jackson, Whitney Houston, and so she passed away in the summer of 1995 while all of us were mourning the death of Selena, Quintanilla Perez, that got shot 30 years ago. It's weird, both females were killed. I don't believe that Phyllis Hyman committed suicide. Um, and we lost because Eazy E died that year too in '95. And then later on, I know that Bobby Debarge, the oldest ones in the Borgia family, had passed away 2 days before my birthday. And actually weird because he died the same day Madonna and what's her name, Angela Bassett's birthday. Both Madonna and Angela Bassett birthday twins. We're Aretha Franklin died the 16th, so the Elvis something about the 16th, and then so we're gonna focus on Miss Phyllis Hyman. Okay, I remember seeing her on BET's when she was had gained weight, and she sang the song "Don't Want to Change the World, Just Wanna Be Your Girl." I ain't calling myself a girl, but I remember the song, and it was another song that reminded me of that. I'm trying to think what other song that has that fast dance beat. Okay, and she was on BSO. What happened? She was on BSO, and she was on BSO, and she was talking to Donnie Simpson, and I didn't pay attention because I was so used to yeah, I was young. It was like in '91, I believe. And then but I liked that song. It was another song that had a fast beat that I would get that confused with hers. I forgot what song it was. It wasn't Silver. Silver. Don't make me over. It has a beat to it, but it was some other female singer. I forgot who it was. Um, so then when I heard about Phyllis Hyman, then I heard she committed suicide, and she was about to perform at the Apollo Theater. And so we was, like I said, we was all mourning the death of Selena, and it was all popularized that year. So I was mourning her death as well, but I didn't know all about her life. Okay, which I know that when I researched, she's from Philly, and she was already a singer. She was also an actress at plays, and she had got a contract with Clyde Davis, right? Oh Lord, that demonic, yeah, just like Tommy told her. Okay, so with a shout out to what T say, T messy T, yeah, messy something messy stories. I've got now she changed her lady in small town Texas. They be doing the stories about the old days. Oh, yeah, if y'all know who she is. So I listened to her video and I saw that Whitney Houston was used as a replacement of Phyllis Hyman because Phyllis Hyman took some new pictures. It wasn't at Playboy, it was some other company. And Clyde Davis, who has a nasty past. I'm not saying that because back in the '80s, it was very the moral majority. It was the Reagan days. Like I say, like for example, we found when he was bisexual, you can. It wasn't cute for anyone, male or female, to be gay, lesbian, bisexual. Okay, so it was Reagan days, and Reagan making age jokes about gay people. But yep, Reagan was bisexual himself allegedly. Okay, I heard he was going both ways. Um, Ronald Reagan was, but he kept it a secret on down low. Besides bringing cocaine to the hood, the barrio, okay, and then until he hit the white community, his wife Nancy Reagan said, just say no. Okay, so, okay. And trust me, I'm not on, never done on drugs. Illegal drugs, I say, because CBD oil is now legal, and I used it for medical purposes back in 2022. Yeah, after the Moderna, the vax. Okay, so I'm getting medical, in trouble for the C1I virus. Okay, so point is, I took the CB off for some medical issues, and 2022 and 23. That's last time I took ran out of CBD oil when I actually got the stuff after I got evicted. Okay. But I even took some CBD oil before I went to my eviction. Okay. 2 years ago, but that's legal because I bought it online. I bought it on Amazon. I bought it on some Groupon, so that's not illegal, right? But I never done illegal drugs because the school I went to at one period of time was mostly white, now it's mostly Latino now, and we was indoctrinated with just say no. We had a chicken club, like a just say no club. We did pep rallies. We did rap songs about not doing drugs. We did pop songs. We danced. We have, it was in grind to not to do drugs. Okay, so that's why I see why in the urban communities, mostly African American Hispanic communities, that message did not reach that much. But in the white, wealthy communities or either middle class community, yeah, it was there. Don't get me wrong, white folks do drugs too. I'm just saying, but all white people, the ones I'm just saying, but that's where the target practice was. And I actually, like I said, I never done drugs. I never sold dope. My record's clean. So, but anyway, enough about Reagan and them, okay? But it was that era. So if, Clyde Davis, he bisexual and do some things that we believe Diddy does too. Kept his evil behavior secret and as a businessman. So he played the moral majority in Phyllis Hyman to some tickle bitty pictures, okay, and he affected his career. His business practically supposed to be holding down to be working for Clive Davis and at that time, okay, before Bad Boy Records in Love Face, okay, you had to be up the part, okay, and you had to be clean, okay. Well, not all his artists, because Patty Smith, she had a song called Rock and Roll Nigger, 1978. Clyde Davis was in charge of Arista Records and improved the song, and then Jimmy Ivan, okay, everybody think this that's their boyfriend, he's Satanist, alleged I do think he is, produced the song, okay? Okay, so go look it up. So that's why you said he raps saying the N word a lot because this white woman made a song called Rock and Roll Nigger, okay, back in 1978, and the same people that Claudius had Bad Boy and what's his name had Devil Records was Jimmy Iovine. And you see why Tupac and Big got killed? Okay. Alright. Let's get to the subject. So Clyde Davis had extreme expectations. You had to be clean, poised, and not even do no Playboy. Monroe did Playboy, but you can do Playboy. So you can't show your tickle bitties or your vajayjay. You cannot get nude. Okay? You have to be clean, hold it down. In his category of R&B divas, and he was going to make a pop R&B diva. Okay, and Phyllis Hyman had the contract. He destroyed it and gave the contract to Miss Whitney Elizabeth Houston, and that's how she. But I think was she still on the cloud if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so she continued to sing, but she was considered R&B. She wasn't considered pop. She was R&B and jazz, right? She did jazz too. And like she said in her interview, she was amazed how Diana Ross, Tina Turner, and some other artists who African American don't hire many African American people along with Hispanics. she made it her business to hire African people and Hispanics, to work on her business. And she did put them folks out, their name out there like John Rock, she sure did. So, and speaking of Hispanics and Selena, let that be known, okay? So, and she said, I don't know what's with these black artists don't hire black people. I made sure my crew is black and Hispanic. And so she made sure her crew, her team, was black and Hispanic. Cause yeah, Diana Ross, yeah, she was already up there, man. Her white man, you know what I'm saying. She ended up a white 14 turner. She left Ike, went to a white country. And I'm not bashing Katina, because our people did tend. I'm sorry, a lot of our people did tend to turn wrong, trying to defend Ike, and then my, what I'm saying. So she went to a white country and she blossomed. She blossomed, okay. But Phyllis Hyman was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm with my peoples, and she's from Philly, and she, light skin, long hair sister. She said, no, I'm gonna keep it real, I'm be a sister. You know what I'm saying? This light skin hair, this long hair, flowing hair, fool you, okay? I am a sister, okay? And I'm gonna hire minorities, African Americans and Hispanic. It will be black and brown unity, okay? Yeah, no me. FBA versus no Tariq Nasheed and what's the name, American Cholo. No, not up here. It's gonna be black and brown up in here, okay? I'm not doing the down Ross behind other white folks, okay? You know what I'm saying? Tina Turner. So I remember watching that interview. But she was mainly, that's why I did not know, because I did listen mostly pop and R&B. If you didn't make, unless I was with my family and you play a song like Stephanie Mills, I know who Stephanie Mills is. We had, my aunt had Stephanie Mills albums, okay, and she didn't make it to the pop chart. We all know she was in the Wiz, and she also dated Michael Jackson, and she also, you know, song "Put a Little Rush on Me," okay, to make you better, baby. That's my song. And Stand Back, okay, when that song Stand Back, and Learn to Respect, but the power of love. Okay, I forget the days. I flunked the first grade of that song too, besides Whitney Houston, okay? Because I would listen to my aunt's LP, CD, not CDs, records, and I do my schoolwork, okay? So Phyllis Hyman, she was there, but I didn't know what Phyllis Hyman was about. I saw pictures, she was a fine woman, but I was like, until when I saw her had that song, Just Wanna Be Your Girl, Don't Wanna Change the World, okay? And yeah, it was similar to Carolyn Warner. That's from not Back to Life. It was us trying to survive, living in the light, in the light. I think it was that song. I got that confused for her. Don't want to change the word. It was that one because they had that beat. Okay, some other song. I forgot what it was. Or ex-girlfriend. Remember the four girls called ex-girlfriend, right? And the bright skin. That's the one got into R. Whitney Houston when she got killed, allegedly killed. Okay, I forgot her name. Stacy something. Okay, she not Stacy Lawson. She was not in that group. But I forgot her name. She was at the venue at the Beverly Hills Hotel before Whitney Houston was killed. They actually got into it. Then, she went to the hotel and Ray J brought in Rafa Ben XL, the alleged drug dealer. I know who it was, okay? But if I research this shit, okay? So I'm going to cuss up here about that, but anyway. But let's get to the subject about Phyllis Hyman, okay? So, years later, I found out she passed away, and we still mourn the death of Selena, okay? Along with Eazy E, okay? So, okay, and so when that happened, I kind of feel like I was suicidal at the time, okay? And I'm like, what made her want to commit suicide? She about to perform the next day. But as decades come on, we start learning about Mr. Davis, Clyde Davis, and we start learning that many artists end up dead working with him. Starting with white rocker what's her name? In her room, she had some black in her too. Talking about Jan Joplin. Then you have other artists. Milli Vanilli, the bright one, who's part German, Robert Plattis, him ended up dead. Yeah, but if it was with Clyde Davis, it was Frank Clyde, and Frank Clyde Davis knew that they were lip singing, okay? Um, then you have Jermaine Stewart. Now, of course, he died of AIDS. He's, allegedly slept with Sylvester James after his white husband passed away of AIDS, and he ended up catching it. And he died of AIDS in '88. But rumor has he was messing with Magic Johnson. That was got Nicole Brown Simpson and OJ broken up because they used to go to Magic and Cookie House to get little sex orgies. Okay, that's what I heard. Okay, I'm not saying it's true now, but that's the word on the street. But he ended up dead, and the family did not go visit him because they didn't like him being gay. That's the one who sang Jermaine Stewart. You don't have to take your clothes off to have a good time. Oh no! And Jody White's friend, because they both from Chicago. Jody White's from Chicago before she moved to LA. Okay, and she was on Soul Train. Okay, before she was on Shalimar. Um, so when we hear about this, and you have other artists, and Left Eye ended up dead. Um, who else was Lil Face Records that passed away? Biggie, okay. Um, just just keep on naming, okay. And then from the group Black, boom like a 808, circles like a figure eight. Okay, Natina, the one that rap a lot, she ran left out of the group. She ended up dead. Okay. I think the other girl, a black, ended up dead too. The other girl married to one of the guys from Bill Bit of O, the bright one, right? Okay, who's the new edition? Okay, and they was out there freaking, down in ministers. They was out there having threesomes and that sex culture down in Atlanta, but down in ministers. Okay, anyway, that been said. Okay, just be a little petty up here. Um, just all type of stuff was going on. I mean, with Clyde Davis, people end up dead. What's it? Damien and something, Damon Dave, something like that. Okay, Damon Dave, Dame and Davian, Dave and Davian, whatever. There's a male and female group, and that's what Chitty was singing back up for. The brother with the perm hair. Um, the sister died first, right? On June something in 1994. Then the brother in the group, the one with the perm, he died in '96. And this between with Phyllis Hyman, okay? And they contracted not do well. They were the face records. Nobody know what happened to them. And then too, they died the same day in June. Then also I see when Damien Dame, whatever it's called, as the sister had passed away, he died. Before he died, he had songs about sex. Like everything was sex in the '90s, and it's like, you know, we get esoterical spiritual. We know that fornication, same sex, sexual behavior, having sex with same sex, meaning adultery, pornographic, and all that other stuff is immoral. And so when adults make decisions, you some of the things in human nature, but no, these companies are like behind the scenes satanic, and they telling you to promote an agenda. And it seemed to me after she died, Damien in the group, the duo, he started promoting sex and he ended up dead. So, woo, and he was Clyde Dave. Okay, let's say it's all okay. Because even Biggie was before he died. Because as we catching the phrase "sexing you" while your man masturbating, they say, "Did you like to watch people masturbate?" Did he touching on? And you got some soft skin. Y'all seen that clip? Him and Biggie talking about I suck your dad's dick and all. Okay, Not to bring out those lyrics, but now we looking at some homosexual stuff, but it's not just homosexual because you have a sinful nature to be. I'm not no in a homophobe, no pro gay people get mad, but let's be real, same sexual behavior. Talking about having sex with the same sex is just as wrong as a woman, man having sex before wedlock. Okay, let's call it. God have no favors. Okay, all right. Because when people talking about old gay people going to hell, well, if you out here have babies out of wedlock, you definitely going to hell. Okay, you know what I'm saying? If you don't change your life, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all try to, no, God have no favors. Okay, you commit adultery. Okay, you're gonna be burned in hell too. You're gonna get don't get changed. None of us are perfect, but we gotta start throwing that hellfire brimstone. Oh, we know what you're doing too. Can't you say that one sin? Saying all sin is bad, but that sin is not dead, like it says in First John chapter 5:17. Okay, all right, yeah, and that's why us Catholic Christians we have mortal sin and venial sin, and that sin is not deadly, meaning that if you don't know the sin is serious, we not no. If people commit sin, I know they commit sin, but once you have full knowledge of it, yeah, okay, that's what we mean by that. But we know same-sex relationships, people having sex with same sex, using their genitals to have the activity, it's just as wrong. Just like you fornicating, opposite sex fornicate, having sex before marriage. You supposed to have sex when you're married, okay? Call it is heterosexual, all right? We now have gay marriage now, but it's supposed to be. So the satanic power is going to promote, instead of you being immoral based on your own nature, sinful nature, here's the higher up people trying to tell you to promote an agenda to try to cause scandal to the world. And it's like, wait a minute, you want me to do this? Like, wait a minute, I'm just speaking for who I am. I'm not trying to promote an agenda, you know what I'm saying? And I see why you have the Dina Howards, Free Like Me, Lil Kim, Vanity 6, Abronian 6, Madonna, okay, she to the O. She must head to the O, so I'll be the hoe. Okay, don't be nasty up here, but I'll be the hoe. Okay, and promote the sex book and sleep with men and women and animals and stuff. Like she in that sex book. She's more on an agenda. She took the O, okay, and that's why she became the popular female artist. And that's why we got these female artists, when they want to come in the business, they ain't trying to cover up, they trying to show some skin to get in, okay? Instead of showing your talent, okay? So, and so when Clyde Davis, that's why Clyde Davis got rid of Phyllis Hyman, because she took them new pictures, and no, Clyde Davis, no, we have a moral contract. I'm not moral, I'm demonic, but I'm trying to sell to all the people who live moralistic and get some money out of them. You gonna, this is not, it's not time. And this is more majority back in the 80s when Reagan, okay, Bush era, nah, okay. Now the car days, still 54. This is the Reagan days, right? It's changed. So, that's why. So going back to a lot of other people that passed away in Clyde Davis situations. Whitney Houston's one of them, okay, and Angie Stone, God rest her soul, she passed away this year. That's why we started speculating that he might have did that to her because Phyllis Hyman was a paralegal and she knew the business. And you couldn't cheat a paralegal, okay? She might have, I think she had drug issues before, but even she had drug issues, she still got a mindset of a smart sister. And she didn't play with Clyde Davis. She even bucked up to Clyde Davis. And Clyde Davis saw it as a threat. And allegedly, we believe that he sent a hitman or a woman to go get rid of her. And then they deemed it as suicide. Because Jaguar Wright said they do send a drug dealer to your room, house. And a drug dealer is not to give you the drugs. He or she is about to do some deleting. Some deleting and then make it like you commit suicide. So you under the contract, meaning that if you do die, it's a life insurance contract to make money off your music while you're dead. Look what happened to Michael Jackson. Okay, so y'all, it's not a sacrifice they doing in satanic rituals. They don't make money off of you when you're dead. Okay, after you dead, they banking off of you while you die. You dead. Okay, and your family don't get no royalties. They got your royalties. They got, yeah. Okay, so that's why they end up deleting Miss Phyllis Hyman. This is my theory. God rest her soul. She was a good singer. She was a businesswoman. And because she didn't play with the devil was going to collect. And that's why I'm giving my honor to Miss Phyllis Hyman. Because, and we need to put her in the same pot with Selena. Because we know that both Selena, and I'm sorry, I don't believe that just Yolanda Salazar involved in that murder. I believe somebody set her up to go kill, to delete Selena, to get some money out of that. Um, no, I don't believe. No, I don't. I don't believe that it's just her. That's why the murderer trying to keep coming out with all these stories. But she's scared to tell the truth because she might end up getting deleted in her own family. Now, I'm not defending Yolanda Salazar. She's an evil woman and selfish. She was stalking Sherry Lottes, the uptown singer. But she must got paid and told, if you do it, we're going to protect you in prison. I'm just being real with you, okay? I believe it was a satanic ritual to get rid of Selena, get rid of Whitney Houston, get rid of Michael Jackson, get rid of Prince, get rid of Angie Stone, get rid of Phyllis Hyman, get rid of Biggie, Tupac, Jenny Rivera, because she got death threats. The Mexican American singer Jenny Rivera, when she went to Mexico, she had death threats before she went to Mexico. That's a shocker. Why are you getting death threats? The Blaxican sister, she part French Canadian and Mexican African American. What's her name? Lala Brown. She wanted to sing a SEX song with Lia Jennings. She had the dark skinned brother who was her hairstylist, said in Milwaukee. She had death threats before they had came in the studio and killed her in Tattoo Kool-Aid, her boyfriend. Come on now, you don't think this is all set up? They sign contracts and they want to make money off your death. I'm telling you, this is some sin, and they doing rituals. Then they know the contract says if you do die, we collect your legacy and we bank money. We sell all to the people all over the world, and we make the money. The family don't make the money. You know what I'm saying? The family don't make the money. That's why even with Whitney Houston, I believe that's why her daughter ended up dead, because they were trying to get the money. And then when Nick Gordon, remember he got killed too, right? They drugged him on New Year's Day, 2020. They took him to New Year's Eve. They took him to the hospital, his friends, so-called friends, and left him there. The drug dealer, the one that found, I think he part white, part Hispanic. He went and found Barbara Christina in the tub. He ended up dead. So he knew what was going on. So Clyde Davis, in my opinion, had something to do with all those murders. Diddy is one of the people involved in that murders. Okay, and like I said, he was butt breaking for Clyde Davis too. Okay, having people butt breaking for him. And Christopher Williams, with your line behind, you know you sucked that ping for that warehouse there because you wasn't doing well like your cousin L.B. Short. Okay, let's call it like it is. You wasn't doing well, right? And be honest with you, it wasn't just for gay stuff. They do the sexual rituals or the sacrifice rituals. Like I look at Jennifer Hudson with her behind. I don't like looking at that woman because we know that brother did not kill your family. Someone killed your family. You went to the studio. We went to the club that night, as I heard, and were dancing after they took your family. Come on, Jennifer Hudson. Come on, come on. Yeah, you over here signed contract with the demonic entity, Clyde Davis. That's called like is that old evil entity, demonic fool. Old fool, 90 years old, need to go. Okay, not wish death, but just evil, completely evil. I believe that Clyde Davis had all his hands and had his handlers. Um, but yeah, but going back to Selena, I don't think that woman did it alone. She was behind, somebody was behind that murder besides Yolanda. And I look at the dad. I'm being real with you. I do look at Abraham with suspicion. because your daughter died 2 days after the anniversary of her Chris. The 2nd of April will be the third anniversary of her marrying Chris. They got married in 1992. 1995 is 3 years, and she died 2 days before her anniversary because she got married with Chris on the 2nd of April. So then Selma Hayek asked to play her right after she passed away. So I looked at the dad with suspicion because he didn't want that money going to Chris. I'm being honest with you. And like I said, and rumor has it that Jeff Lopez probably had her dead. I don't believe that. What I do believe that the higher ups did not like that Selena was very moralistic and wasn't going to do everything. She probably did some of the things behind closed doors, the rituals to get in the industry with them nasty folks working with Huey Mo, the pedophile, okay, in Houston, okay. Yeah, working with that fool from Sugar Hill Studios and other people he knew. But she didn't go promote that. She might wear the bustier, but that was it. She not promoting no nasty sex like what happened with Damien Dame, the brother after the sister passed away. He promoted sex in the 90s and then he ended up dead in 96. They both died the same day in June, 2 years apart, 94, 96. Come on now, that's weird, okay? Weird, that's weird. So I do believe that Whitney Houston was dead, was sacrificed satanically. I do believe that Phyllis Hyman was too, because she didn't play with Clyde Davis. She didn't play, no. That sister, either she was on dope a couple times, that sister, that bright skin higher sister didn't play. She was from Philly, and she was a paralegal, I was told. And she knew the business legally, and you couldn't play with her. Couldn't play with her money. And Clyde Davis, in my opinion, didn't like that shit. So he sent some goons to go after her to make it seem like she would end up dead. Maybe she was trying to get drugs, like Jack Wright said, or she was somebody open the door, somebody in her crew who was a setup person, and then took her life. I'm sorry, I don't believe this woman would commit suicide. We wait. Remember we was under a spell in 1990s. They were doing some witchcraft, some going to Santan wizards and priestesses to put spells to keep us not like we rising up to that Faith Evans video. I remember why the little girls dancing like that. We didn't catch them, but now we're like, wait a minute, who did the casting? And I look at it, and I was telling people, Lion C. Martin was the one who directed the video. Puffy was one of the producers of the song. But now we see Diddy in sexual abuse cases and allegations. And who was those little girls? And let me say this: were they trafficking? And Faith Evans video, I remember they were dancing. They doing the role, but the way they dress is not appropriate. And right. And we didn't catch that in the 90s. We was under a spell, but now we woken. Or we awake. We awake this time. God's waking us up. And we not playing these games somehow. We know now. They try to hide it. They ain't hiding either because got Doja Cat. And let me explain something about Doja Cat. I do love me some Doja Cat. I feel sorry for her. But remember she under Dr. Luke. And we had rumors that Dr. Luke violated, allegedly, Kesha, and what's his name? And Lady Gaga. And Lady Gaga is with Interscope. And we all know Jimmy Iovine is alleged Satanist. Okay? So don't get mad at Coachella, her claiming Satanism. She probably under contract doing that. Because if she was singing God Bless America here in Houston, and I was working at the Super Bowl, and she went down, come on. That means she under contract like Sukiyama. Miss Sukiyama said, oh, y'all pray for me. I'm selling cuss on my soul to the devil. Y'all pray for my children. And next thing she out here talking about hood rats with sex red. Okay? Come on now. They're under contract. They're under contract, under code to keep this up alive. Okay? They're under contract, y'all. And I believe it's Phyllis Hyman, even though she probably did sign a demonic contract, she was smart, like, you gonna play me, baby. Claudia, I'm smart. I got book sense. You put me, give me the drugs. They probably gave her drugs too to try to stop her from being smart. But she still had her heart and her soul that God gave her. Saying, "I know you're gonna play me to Clyde Davis," and she passed away. They shut her up. And then remember, she didn't get pepper-sized like Selena, and also she didn't. You know, it was 30 years ago, and I just don't believe that Phyllis Hyman just died like that, just commit suicide. Somebody set her up because she played the game. She let it know to not even mess with her, and Clyde did not like it. And I believe some goons would knock on that door. The goons, you bust the door and made it look like it was, or maybe her fake friends that work in her crew. And it's like, yeah, we're going to set you, and Claudia paid them to shut up and not say nothing. That's what I believe. Because I don't trust that old bastard, Clyde Davis. He need to watch out for his life. He 90-something years old. You're not going to live longer. You know what I'm saying? People do live longer, but come on. Let go, bro. Let go. Stop with that saying. You might not meet Jamaica, the God maker, Yahweh. Because, he was supposed to be Jewish, but you ain't supposed to practice Satanism if you're Jew. You were present Judaism. Serve one God, right? Okay. So, but I don't know. I don't believe y'all. In the comments, y'all go ahead and say, do y'all believe that this woman was killed, that she committed suicide? Nah, I really killed her. And she was smart. She didn't play. That sister didn't play. No, she was, you're a paralegal, you're going to read them contracts. And because the industry want dummies. They want people to be dumb. And you can always control a dumb person, but a smart person, that's why the Bible says people suffer to perish at lack of knowledge. And I try my best to be knowledgeable and be smart. Well, that's why folks don't like me. The men's with you, and I don't mind. I'm glad they don't like my ass. Cuss up here, but just I do everything I can to be smart and be wise as much as possible because you can't twist no one. They can't twist your arm. You know what I'm saying? And they want someone they can walk over and be a pushover and step on. And usually people who go in the industry, they happen. And yes, her contract got canceled due to the new pictures of her showing her tickle bitties, and it was passed to Whitney Houston, and that's how Whitney Houston started blowing up. She was already the upcoming artist as well. So, and that's why I see why her mama said she didn't want her in the business because her mother was singing backup for Elvis and Aretha Franklin and helping her niece, Dionne Ward. She knew how shady the business is, but Whitney Houston wanted to sing because she's a talent. She was already modeling already. Whitney Houston was a model. Not supposed to forget that. Um, you know, um, yeah, I do believe that Selena and Phyllis were killed, and also Eazy E. But let me also shout out to Toker, the Mexican American Latino rapper. God rest his soul. He passed away too in Mexico. This is the cartel shot. God rest his soul. I did a video about that too when it happened. Him and Eazy made it rest in peace. But Kid Frost, this Farasa, the Mexican American rapper that said the song, he said that Jerry Heller was the one that put the AIDS blood in acupuncture. Cause he did acupuncture. It wasn't Suge Knight. It was what's his name? Jerry Heller. They have the devil. I thought I was talking about Suge Knight. No, Jerry Heller. And like I said, these people in the industry, it's like T-Bob said, there's a lot of vultures in Shot Khan says the Santana industry. It is. And it actually is they losing game. As we get technology, we make our own videos. We have SoundCloud, we got YouTube, we got all type of stuff. We got TikTok. We can make our own movies, make our own videos. We don't have to go to these stupid artists, stupid contracts, and they're losing game. They might try to make money off of dead artists, but new artists making their own music, and sooner or later they will have to give those royalties to the families of those artists because they might start getting boycotted. Like people start boycotting the CDs now because he's like an artist and who's controlled by. So, you know, also too, um, you know, yeah, Phyllis Hyman, God rest her soul. She was a beautiful singer and beautiful woman. She was a beautiful woman, and she, and let me tell both bi people, African and Hispanic descent, she did open doors for those who worked for her, who are either African American, Spanish. She said she was not gonna hire nothing but white people, and that's what she criticized Don Ross and other artists and Tina Turner for doing. Um, she always had open opportunities for African American and black folks and Hispanic folks. And she said that what she said. That what she said. She said that. And she kept it like it is. She didn't play. You know. Um, and that's good. Actually, I'm not saying they don't hire a white person. I'm saying, but that is true. The people that put you in the business, you don't hire. You know, come on. You know, now with Tina Turner different because she went to a white country. I have to give Tina a different exception because she went to another white country. And she did say she had an open audition and nobody African American came in to the audition, right? So she came, so she explained with Don Ross, you know, and other people. Come on, yeah, I got to have explain to. Come on, you know what I'm saying? Um, what else I want to say before I end this video? Because this is you know, it really hurt because this is one of our artists losing life because of the wicked people in the industry. Like I even think that Frank Hyman, Lyman and died like that. Like in the movie Why the Fools Fall in Love, directed by Gregory Novel, who directed Selena and Me Familia. Um, Remember he was gonna get drugs and the drugs that beat him up. You don't think that dude, the white man, the Jewish guy in the movie probably set him up because remember he was trying to become a singer again, and no one's not doing doo-wop anymore. And he wanted to go back, and the man took it. The man took his money. Yeah. Um, yeah, and he was gonna get some drugs, and the drugs that beat him up when he owed some drug money, whatever. I don't even think that really happened. I think that probably that man that he was making money to the white man to have me Jewish. I'm not here bashing Jewish because Gentiles do it to him. I'm not anti-Semitic. And I'm not the perfect kind of Christian, but Jesus was a Jew. Okay, so that's my savior. Um, I think that he probably sent some goons, probably the Georgia was his goons to get him, deleted because he probably fucking line was gonna tell the business, how they did not pay. No, they ain't pay no artists. Little Richard said that. Woo! Remember it came, and then the women he married did not even get the money. Didn't get nothing. Yeah, well, the second wife, the one that Vivica A. Fox played, she didn't get nothing. I told her they gonna get no money. I told her, woo! Little Richard was telling the truth. Little Richard said, "Where's my granny?" That's right. Cause Little Richard and all them, and they deserve everything. They're the kings of rock and roll. Okay. And Elvis is happy one of them to say why? Because he was my 10th cousin. Yes, Elvis is my 10th cousin when I did my ancestry. That's my 10th cousin. He was mixed with black. A lot of folks, he was Melungeon, just like Abraham Lincoln was, okay? Like, Barack Obama was the first brother. Abraham Lincoln was mixed with black. They call them Melungeons. Yeah, he was Melungeon. Steve Martin's a Melungeon. And her Locklear, besides Lumbee, she's a Melungeon. Yeah, she's a sister. Who else? Evan Gardner, Tom Hanks, who's Abraham Lincoln's cousin on his mom's side. Yeah. So yeah, and George Clooney. That's why he's darker. Wouldn't make sense. He's a Melania too, and I don't like George Clooney because he was, in my opinion, being racist and had Vanessa Marquez killed by the police department and Pastor. Remember the Me Too moment? She came out and said on um, what's it called? That doctor show that was in ER, yeah. She was sexually harassed and racial harassed by George Clooney. And when she came out exposed that Pasadena, not here in Texas, Pasadena, California, did a welfare check and she ended up dead. It was like she was the Latina Sandra Bland. I do believe they paid her to kill her. So, cause she was tired. I mean, Vanessa Marquez was telling. She's Mexican American, by the way. She's Latina. She's Puerto Rican. She's Mexican American. She was in California. She was telling everybody about what was going on at ER. How that man. And I wouldn't be shocked that and I'm gonna say the nigga. Yeah, I did say George Clooney. You had black in you, Melungeon, high yellow, white passing, but still darker. Nigga had herself up trying to pass for white. Thank you. We trying to live as white man, racist white man. We know you Abraham Lincoln. And guess what, y'all? I got a secret to tell you something I am. Yeah, when I did my research, I had to go back and get the records on my white ancestry. I'm also related to Abraham Lincoln too. Yes, I'm related to Abraham Lincoln as well, which is shocking. Yo, when I do the fan researchers, the ancestry, they did tell you what type of slaves, and I get the white people, or those who identify as white, who mix with black, like Abraham Lincoln and Elvis. I'm also on my daddy's side, through my white ancestry, my fifth grandfather John Carnes, who was a slave master, one that violated my fifth grandmother Louisa Boudreaux. She was pure black, but raised in the when she was enslaved by the Boudreaux family in New Orleans. Okay, Phyllis Carnes, my fourth grandmother's parents, her white daddy, who's Scottish and English. Okay, from New Jersey, my fifth grandfather. I'm related to Louisa Ball. Yep. So I do have part Hispanic Cuban cousins because she married Desi Inez, and she had those two kids from Desi, who part Hispanic Cuban. I was shocked about that too. Lucy Ball, my longest cousin as well. Yeah, they show you on how you relate to it. I put my white ancestors on there. Yeah, I can't find about it. Now, they did say Sugar Ray Leonard, but then when I click on a picture, it wouldn't tell me how I'm related to Sugar Ray Leonard. Wouldn't it be nice related to Sugar Ray Leonard? I wouldn't mind related to Sugar Ray Leonard. Okay, come on. So, that'll be my cousin, not Sugar Ray Leonard. Come on now. But yeah, they show a bunch of, but yeah, Elvis, my longest cousin, so it's, what's his name? Abraham Lincoln. The Harrison brothers, who was the president, they're my cousins. The Wright brothers are too. Dang. It's a lot, yeah, a bunch. John Wayne, that racist asshole, he like a yes. I mean, there's a lot of them folks. Like, when you start putting your family tree on there, they show you who relate to, who are famous. Like, what? Come on, how related to this person? But yeah. So yeah, yes, my 10th cousin was a predator. Yes, Elvis Presley. Speaking of the Illuminati, this is what I heard. Okay, and I see why the Three Six Mafia having all that satanic mess going on, and Chlorilla allegedly. Okay, I was why she sing me a gospel song. In Memphis. Okay, so Elvis, when he became famous, and then later on he went to the military and he started messing with what's her name, Priscilla Presley. She was 14 years old in Germany, and weird that in Germany is mentioned in R. Kelly's case in Pied Piper. Pied Piper comes from Germany as well. When R. Kelly was having that trial in 2008, he sent the victims and for the cause and all them to Germany. Scorpions, the rock group, had Virgin Killer, where a little girl is naked on the album. You even see that on Wikipedia. They're from Germany. I don't know what it's for Germany and pedophilia. For some reason, I keep seeing Germany. But yeah, my 10th cousin Elvis was stationed in Germany, and he was messing with what's her name, Priscilla Presley. There's more cases of him messing with underage girls as well. So, no, I don't condone that. Hell no. hell no, it's disgusting. And like all the women, and I said women, not these girls, 18 and older, you could have dated. You gonna go with a 14-year-old? Like, come on. I don't know what it is with y'all, okay? Nasty assholes. And I know somebody used to defend SPM. No, SPM went to a adult venue and met that white woman, who now is a woman now, but she was a girl then. Question, what was her parents? And who hired her knowing she was underage? Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? So that means she was being trafficking. So he did not know that white woman, is it okay to say her name? Jill Odom? Okay. Did not know that she was 13. And he said, how you can tell? No, I'm 1 year older than her. And there was girls who in middle school who did grow up, look grown, like they got the breasts and the buttocks, and they looked like grown women when they put makeup on and trying to dress sexy. And they would tell grown men they were 18, 19 and lie. So don't tell me that it goes on when I saw it my own damn self in middle school, in high school as well, okay? Girls will brag about how many men they tricked, okay? So please don't come and play that game. I'm not, so he went to a strip club and met the girl and thought the girl was of age and then slept with her and the next thing found out she was underage, okay? And it says a lot about the strip club owner, what's it called, Blue Flame Lounge, yeah. Um, who owned that club need to be investigated, probably all, and need to be charged for letting that girl work at the club. It's disgusting, yeah, you was not even a rapper then, so don't come at me with that shit. I would never condone sexual misconduct towards kids, sexual abuse, any of that. But when people are falsely accused, that's when I defend you, okay? You've been made up and set up, I gotta defend you, you know what I'm saying? So, but if Elvis case, hell no. That's my cousin, but his ass should not be put on the pedestal. No. No. And bringing up Memphis, they said, but I read some research, he was the one that brought that satanic pedophilia into the industry in Memphis, which makes sense why you have Three Six Mafia and all goes on. Right, a lot of folks don't know that it's a satanic culture down in Memphis, right? Okay, and they say Elvis was the one that brought up that. That's how they say Elvis was the one. Um, and I heard that's what a lot of pedophilia. He the one and brought them people to the industry with his popularity because he went to Germany and meet this girl, American girl, who was 14 years old. And like I said, I don't know what is her Germany. Same thing with R. Kelly's story. He's in Germany even when for the cause they went to Germany to perform. Okay, 2 times. When it was kids and when it was adults. Okay, so it says a lot. It does because Rashonda was grown then. She's 40 now. She turned 80. She turned 40 this year, last year, 2024. Yeah, she turned 40. She'll be 41 now. When she was a girl, her and her cousins, when they went to Germany, they were grown, 2008, and they performed "Stand by Me," and yeah, they were trying. Yeah, so I'm just being honest with you. I don't know what it is with Germany and pedophilia and Pied Piper and all that other stuff. They have a culture. Just I don't know what it is. And I said I'm here to not bash German people because good German people bad German, but I would like to know why the pedophilia music industry goes right to there. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. So Elvis was the one that introduced Satanism allegedly to the business to bring that culture in. And next thing you see all these pedophile people. Because like I said, y'all talking about Diddy case here in Houston. Allegedly Cyber Mexico set up, but what's that white man name? Hear him out? Yeah, he was a French Cajun Louisiana guy. He was out there doing that sex stuff too. I mean, shit. He got arrested in '96. He had taped and the shit he still on was run by him. I'm letting you know. So, yeah, we had that, and also I heard that he was connected to that Candyman killer. Yeah, he was connected with him and somebody named Roy Ames. There was a pedophile in the industry. They was connected to Candyman killer, Dean Coral. So, oh yeah, sex trafficking, satanic cults. So if Ella brought that shit into the business, that makes sense, okay? Um, it was already there with Sherry Temple, and she's my long distance cousin to Sherry Temple, my long distance white cousin as well. However, the Southern man that sang gospel music growing up, um, he was still a guy in the industry. You remember, he was beating on Priscilla too. Yeah, I saw the movie, and he was on drugs. Okay, he was performing in Vegas. Okay, so yeah, Elvis was mixed with black and indigenous. Yeah, he was. He was Melungeon. He was, but I don't, go around. I let people know that's my cousin, my 10 long distance cousin. However, I'm just not enthusiasm with my long distance 10 cousin. Just like Monroe, I don't know. I can't stand that hoe. But yes, Monroe, my long distance white cousin. No, what she did while Kenny was trying to free us from segregation, slept with Kenny and got it. And it's his fault too for getting involved, but she was set up to seduce him, and the Klan had him killed, but it's not the Thai mob. It was the Klan because they didn't want no integration. Um, is what it is. So, but nah, just no. I don't. Yeah, and the reason I brought this up in the Phyllis Hyman situation because it lets you know that this industry has been what's the word, infiltrated with satanic people. They making people do things you just want to sing and make money. They make you do all these satanic rituals to get famous. No, you don't need that shit. Don't need that. And then if you don't go along or you test them, they send goons to come delete you and say you commit suicide, die, or drug overdose. Okay? Yeah. And that's how Santana now. I see why I got rejected. Which I don't mind. I'm on my own in team business. At least I don't deal with that nonsense. But no. Mm, yeah, it's just, y'all, it is.